You may ask, who makes the greatest motorcycle? Well, that's a wrong question. Come on as we hunt the best for every brand right now. Every manufacturer has one bike that defines them, the engineering miracle that silences critics. We aren't talking history, we are talking about what's happening today. We found the 13 best motorcycles on Earth, from supercharged monsters to American adventure shockers. We break down the story, specs, and prices. This is the deep dive into the machines ruling the roads. Buckle up, let's go. Kawasaki the Ninja H2 2015. Kawasaki designed this supercharger entirely in-house to withstand 130,000 revolutions per minute. The goal was not just speed, it was acceleration that would stop your heart. When they unveiled it, the world gasped. It had mirror-coated paint that used real silver to achieve a liquid metal look. It had aerodynamic wings before they were cool in MotoGP. It wasn't a race bike, it was a hyperbike. It redefined what fast meant for a new generation. Under the fairing sits a 998 cubic centimeter supercharged inline-4 engine. In standard trim, it produces 228 horsepower, but the track-only R version pushes over 300. It generates 104 foot-pounds of torque, and it delivers it with a distinctive chirp from the supercharger that sounds like a bird of prey. It weighs 525 pounds wet, keeping it planted at speeds that would make a Cessna take off. This is a halo bike, meaning Kawasaki strictly limits production to maintain exclusivity. While they don't release exact numbers, it is estimated that fewer than a few thousand are produced annually for the global market. It is a rare sight, and seeing one in the wild is an event. Originally priced at $25,000 in 2015, these machines simply do not depreciate. A clean 2015 model will still cost you $28,000 today. If you want the carbon fiber-clad carbon model, expect to pay $35,000 or more. Ergonomically, it is surprisingly roomy for a sport bike. Kawasaki designed the seat with a unique hip support pad that acts like a bucket seat in a race car, keeping you from sliding off the back when the supercharger kicks in. The handlebars are low but not torture. You are locked into the machine, becoming part of the aerodynamics. It is an intense, visceral experience that no other manufacturer has dared to copy. Kawasaki used a supercharger to create speed, but our next manufacturer used billions of dollars of racing research. They built a literal MotoGP bike for the street that cost more than a house, and it remains the most exclusive Japanese motorcycle ever built. Honda, the RC213 VES 2016. This bike was built in a special workshop, separate from the main production line, by the exact same engineers who build the factory race bikes. The frame is hand-welded aluminum, crafted with a precision that makes robots look sloppy. The bolts are titanium, the fairings are carbon fiber. It does not share a single part with a Fireblade. It was Honda's way of saying, we can build the perfect motorcycle, and you can't afford it. It is the most precise, most expensive, and most exclusive Japanese motorcycle ever made. The heart of this unicorn is a 999 cubic centimeter V4R engine. In standard street trim, it was heavily restricted, but with the sports kit installed, it unleashes 215 horsepower. The magic number, however, is the weight. It tips the scales at just 352 pounds dry. That is lighter than most 600 cubic centimeter supersports, but with more than double the power. The original price was a staggering $184,000. If you missed your chance then, prepare to bleed now. They recently auctioned for over $260,000. It is a piece of art that appreciates in value every single day. Honda defined exclusivity and price, but back in America, a company known for heavy, chrome-laden cruisers did the unthinkable. They built an adventure bike that actually works, shocking the entire world and silencing the haters. Harley Davidson, the Pan America 1250 2021. This was a massive gamble. When it was announced, the internet laughed. Haters said it would be a heavy, chrome-laden disaster that would fall apart on a gravel road. They were wrong. Harley built a brand new, liquid-cooled Revolution Max engine that produces incredible power. They invented adaptive ride height suspension that automatically lowers the bike when you come to a stop, solving the biggest problem with tall adventure bikes. They built a legitimate competitor to the BMW GS. It proved that the American giant could still innovate. The sales figures were a vindication. It was the best-selling adventure touring motorcycle in North America in its debut year, beating out the German and Austrian rivals. It brought thousands of new riders into the Harley brand who would never have touched a cruiser in their lives. Originally priced at $17,000, it undercut the competition significantly. Today on the used market, you can pick up a barely used one for $13,000. It is incredible value for the performance you get. The ergonomics are all-day comfortable. The riding position is upright and neutral, giving you a commanding view of the road. The windscreen is adjustable with one hand while riding. The seat is plush and supportive. It feels lighter than it is once it's moving, dancing through corners with surprising agility. It is the most comfortable Harley ever made that isn't a couch on wheels. The Pan America features a lot of tech, but it has a chain drive option instead of a belt. Do you trust a chain on a Harley, or should they have stuck to a belt for touring? Tell me chain or belt in the comments below. Harley pivoted to dirt, but Yamaha decided to revolutionize the sport bike engine. They took technology directly from Valentino Rossi and brought the cross-plane sound to the masses, creating an engine note that raises the hair on your arms. Yamaha, the YZF-R1M, 2015. The R1 has always been an icon, but in 2015, Yamaha changed the game completely. They introduced the M version, a bike designed to be as close to the YZF-R1M MotoGP bike as possible without needing a pit crew to start it. It features a 998 cubic centimeter crossplane, inline 4, making 200 horsepower. But it's the electronics that shine. A 6-axis inertial measurement unit controls the slide, lift, and launch. It weighs 443 pounds wet. The R1M is a limited production run each year. You usually have to apply online just for the privilege of buying one. They sell out instantly every single year, proving that demand for high-end sport bikes is still alive and well. The original price was $26,000. These hold their value incredibly well. A 2015 model still commands $18,000. A newer one is over $20,000. Ergonomically, it is a committed race bike. The seat is high, the bars are low, and the tank is wide to support your knees under heavy braking. It is physically demanding to ride fast, but the payoff is absolute precision. It goes exactly where you look, almost telepathically. The R1M is a precision instrument, but sometimes you want a sledgehammer. You want a bike so violent it earned the nickname the Beast 3.0 and scares even experienced riders with its torque. KTM, the 1290 Superduke RR, 2021. Welcome to the Beast, the Superduke R. It's a really crazy bike, but in 2021, they decided it wasn't crazy enough. They put it on a radical diet and created the limited edition Double R. They stripped nearly 20 pounds of weight from an already light bike. They added carbon fiber everything, the subframe, the bodywork, the cooling ducts. They put on WP Apex Pro suspension that costs more than most used bikes. They created a 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio, 1 horsepower for every kilogram of weight. It is limited to just 500 units worldwide. It is the purest, angriest, most aggressive naked bike ever built. It is powered by a 1,301 cubic centimeter V-twin, making 180 horsepower and 103 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs just 396 pounds dry. That is a power-to-weight ratio that rivals hypercars. When online orders opened, all 500 units sold out in 48 minutes. It is one of the most desirable KTMs ever produced. Originally priced at $25,000, the used market, if you can even call it that, sees these selling for more than the new price. Expect to see them listed for $30,000. KTM went for limited edition aggression, but our next brand reinvented themselves by looking at the dirt track. They built a street tracker that actually handles, proving they aren't just a cruiser company. Indian motorcycle, the FTR 1200S 2019. The FTR 1200 is unlike anything else on the market. It is a street tracker. It has a trellis frame, a powerful V-twin, and on the original models, 19-inch wheels for that authentic dirt look. It proved that Indian could build a performance bike that wasn't a cruiser. It is rowdy, fun, and purely American. It loves to slide, it loves to wheelie, and it looks incredible. It uses a 1,203 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin, making 120 horsepower and 87 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs 518 pounds wet. The FTR has been a conquest machine for Indian, stealing customers from Ducati and Triumph. It is one of their strongest sellers in Europe, where performance matters more than chrome. Originally priced at $15,000, the resale value is a bargain right now. You can pick up a clean first-generation FTR for around $9,000. The riding position puts you in an attack stance. You sit upright, elbows out, ready to handle a slide. The gas tank is actually located under the seat to lower the center of gravity, which makes the bike feel flickable despite its weight. It encourages you to ride like a hooligan. The FTR is a rowdy street bike, but our next bike is a refined missile. It is the third generation of a legend that defined pure speed for 2 decades, and Suzuki reinvented it to be smarter, not just faster. Suzuki, the Hayabusa Generation 3 2022. The Generation 3. Hayabusa is a masterclass in refinement. Suzuki didn't chase peak horsepower numbers just for bragging rights. Instead, they filled the mid-range with massive torque where you actually ride. It features a 1,340 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, making 187 horsepower and 110 foot-pounds of torque. The top speed is electronically limited to 186 miles per hour, but it gets there faster than ever before. The Hayabusa remains a global bestseller for Suzuki. The initial batch of the Gen 3 sold out in hours in markets like India and Italy. Originally priced at $18,500, you can find slightly used ones for $16,000. It is a lot of bike for the money. Ergonomically, it is the most comfortable sport bike on earth. The reach to the bars is slightly closer than the old model, reducing back strain. The vibration is non-existent. The engine is smooth as silk. You sit in the bike, protected by that massive fairing. It eats highway miles for breakfast and asks for seconds. The Hayabusa is an icon, but some people hate the look. Do you think the Hayabusa is beautiful or ugly? Be honest in the comments. The Hayabusa is a refined missile, but our next manufacturer put an M badge on a motorcycle for the first time ever. This is German engineering unleashed on the racetrack. BMW Motorrad, the M1000RR 2021. The M1000RR is a homologation special built to win the World Superbike Championship. It features massive carbon fiber wings on the front that generate downforce to keep the wheel on the ground at 200 miles per hour. It has titanium connecting rods, lighter pistons, and milled aluminum parts everywhere. It revs to 15,100 RPM. It is the most exclusive, most track-focused motorcycle BMW has ever produced. The engine is a 999 cubic centimeter shift cam inline 4, making 212 horsepower. It weighs just 423 pounds wet. And because it is a BMW, it still has heated grips and cruise control. Like the Honda RC, this is a limited production machine. BMW only builds enough to satisfy racing regulations and a few wealthy collectors. The original price was $37,000. On the used market today, they hover right around $35,000. They do not lose value quickly. The ergonomics are aggressive, but surprisingly accommodating. BMW always nails the rider triangle. The heated grips and cruise control make it usable on the street, even if the stiff suspension rattles your teeth over potholes. It is a race bike that remembers you are human. BMW went for high revving precision, but Triumph went for the biggest number possible. They built a motorcycle with the largest engine in production history, creating a torque monster that defies logic. Triumph, the Rocket 3R 2020. Triumph decided that too much was not enough. The original Rocket 3 was a beast, but the new Rocket 3R is a monster. They built a completely new 2500cc engine that is 2.5 liters, bigger than the engine in a Honda Civic. But they didn't just make it big, they made it handle. They shaved 88 pounds off the old model. They added high-spec Showa suspension and Brembo Stylema brakes, the same brakes found on superbikes. The result is a muscle cruiser that can actually corner. It accelerates 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. It physically hurts your neck when you launch it because the G-force is so intense. The engine is a 2,500 cubic centimeter inline triple, making 165 horsepower and a planet-rotating 163 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs 642 pounds dry, but it carries it low. The Rocket 3 has been a massive hit, with the initial TFC, Triumph Factory Custom, limited edition selling out instantly. It sits in a class of one. There is no competition. Originally priced at $22,000, you can find them used for $18,000. You are paying for the metal, and you get a lot of it. It is surprisingly manageable to ride. The seat height is low, making it easy to manage the weight at a stop. The bars are wide for leverage. The foot pegs are adjustable. It feels huge at a standstill, but the low center of gravity makes it disappear once you start moving. Triumph built a muscle cruiser, but Ducati reinvented their entire identity. They ditched the L-twin for a V4 and built the ultimate Italian weapon that sounds like pure violence. Ducati, the Panigale V4R 2019. For decades, Ducati meant V-twin. That was their sound, their soul. But to win in racing against the four-cylinder Japanese bikes, they needed more cylinders. They took the engine directly from their Moto GP bike and put it in a street bike. The Panigale V4 was born, but the R version is the special one. It uses a smaller 998cc engine that revs higher to 16,500 RPM. It has distinctive carbon fiber wings, a brushed aluminum tank, and a dry clutch that rattles like the classic Ducatis of the 90s. It is the highest revving, most powerful naturally aspirated Ducati ever sold. It produces 240 horsepower with the race exhaust installed. It weighs just 379 pounds dry. It is a missile. Ducati sells every single R model they make. It is the dream bike for Ducatisti around the world. Originally priced at $45,000, do not expect a discount on the used market. These hold steady at $40,000. The ergonomics are compact and intense. You are perched high up, nose over the front wheel. The heat from the rear cylinders will roast your legs in traffic. It is notorious for being hot. It is a bike that demands you ride at 100% effort, 100% of the time. It is exhausting but exhilarating. The Ducati is an exotic thoroughbred that demands a high price. Our next bike is a simple, honest machine that saved a brand and took over the world by being affordable and charming. Royal Enfield, the Interceptor 650, 2018. Royal Enfield was stuck in the past with thumping 350 singles that vibrated and struggled at highway speeds. They needed a global bike to compete in the West. They hired Harris Performance in the UK to design a chassis and built a brand new parallel twin engine from scratch. The Interceptor 650 is the bike that modernized Royal Enfield. It is simple, air-cooled, and beautiful. It captures the essence of the 1960s, but with modern brakes and reliability. It is approachable, affordable, and incredibly fun. It proved that you don't need 200 horsepower to have a soul. It is pure motorcycling distilled. It uses a 648 cubic centimeter parallel twin, making 47 horsepower and 38 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs 445 pounds. It became the best-selling naked motorcycle in the UK shortly after launch and has sold hundreds of thousands of units globally. It is a certified hit. Originally priced at $6,000, you can find these all day long on the used market for $4,500. It is the best bargain in motorcycling. The ergonomics are perfection. A flat bench seat, mid-mounted foot pegs, and wide handlebars put you in a relaxed, commanding position. It is easy to ride for a beginner, but charming enough for an expert to enjoy on a Sunday morning. The Interceptor is a bargain. But would you buy a Royal Enfield over a Triumph Bonneville to save money? Tell me Enfield or Triumph in the comments. Royal Enfield kept it simple, but Moto Guzzi decided to get weird. They built the world's first motorcycle with active aerodynamics, combining retro style with future tech. Moto Guzzi, the V100 Mandello S 2023. Moto Guzzi is known for being traditional, which is a nice way of saying old-fashioned. Their air-cooled engines hadn't changed much in decades, but for their 100th anniversary, they wanted to shock the world. The V100 Mandello is the first liquid-cooled Guzzi ever, but the party trick is the wings. It features flaps on the gas tank that automatically open at speed to deflect wind away from the rider. It looks like the bike is breathing. It also has an electric windscreen and semi-active Öhlins suspension. It is a sport tourer that looks like a spaceship from a retro future. It proved Guzzi still has engineering magic up its sleeve. It features a 1,042 cubic centimeter transverse V-twin, making 115 horsepower and 77 foot-pounds of torque. It is the first production bike in the world with active aerodynamics. It is a niche premium product, but it has revitalized interest in the brand across Europe and the US, bringing in younger riders who previously ignored the brand. Originally priced at $17,500 for the S model, used prices are hovering around $15,000. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button, and if you want to support us even more, become a member. Have early access to the newest videos. We have covered the combustion engines. Now we must look at the silent revolution. This next bike proved that electricity can have an adventure soul and go where no plug exists. Zero motorcycles, the DSR/X 2023. Zero had conquered the street with their naked bikes, but the biggest market in the world is adventure bikes. They needed a bike that could go off-road, tackle trails, and carry luggage. The DSR/X is the world's first true electric adventure touring motorcycle from a major manufacturer. They built a new frame, reinforced the motor, and added belt protection. It features huge torque that is perfect for technical trails because you cannot stall it. It has parking mode, which gives you a reverse gear to help move it around on a hill. It is the quietest way to explore nature, allowing you to hear the gravel crunching under your tires and the birds in the trees. The Z-Force 7510X motor produces 100 horsepower and a staggering 166 foot-pounds of torque. That is more than the Rocket 3. It has a city range of up to 180 miles and weighs 545 pounds. Zero continues to lead the full-size electric market. The DSR/X has been praised for opening up new possibilities for silent exploration. Originally priced at $24,000, you can find demo models for around $18,000. The ergonomics are classic adventure, tall, upright, and commanding. The seat is comfortable for long days. The lack of vibration and noise reduces fatigue massively. It is the most relaxing way to ride off-road, allowing you to focus purely on the line choice. Now click the next video to continue the road trip. Join our tribe by subscribing, and if you want to support our channel and have early access on the newest videos, become a member.